for us to be where we want to be, we've got to live right there. We got to be in that compelled area. By you showing love, helping each other out, we will get there. And the sexiest thing you can do, because we all got stuff going on, is when you got stuff going on, it's holding you back from getting where you want to be or that day emotionally. If you focus on your partner and your group, I promise you, you can't let that stuff get in the way of your performances. So make it about others. Hashtag WAT. 3 class. 1, 2, 3. Give me your best on that. 1, 2, 3.
This is how we do it, do it. This is how a kingdom comes. This is how we get it done. This is how we do it, do it. This is how a kingdom comes. This is how we do it, do it.
All right, guys, welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, where I've been attending the NFL Combine, and I am driving over to see my good friend Brian Clarke at Noblesville High School. Really, really impressed by him on a lot of levels, and I'm excited for this episode because I'm in it to learn just like you guys are, and Brian does as good of a job or better than anybody that I know in terms of creating this culture that permeates through the entire community. And I talk a lot about making the big time where you're at, and Brian has absolutely done that. The guy comes across, you hear him speak at a conference, and he comes across as this, he's a 6'4" or 5 guy that's got this bolsterous kind of personality and voice, and but the dude loves his kids, loves his wife, and I'm excited to spend the day with him, learn from him, and really dig into what makes him tick. So stay with me on this episode. It's going to be a fun one. Coach Clarke, what's up, brother?
Kiefer, how are you, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Great seeing you.
How you been?
Doing really well.
Awesome stuff.
Really well.
Welcome to Noblesville. Appreciate that, man. It's beautiful.
45 degrees. Yeah, let me show you Ron here, Ron. Check out our home here at Noblesville High School.
Freaking awesome, man.
You'll see it's pretty simple. We have 7 half racks, and I've got, and they hold 2 bars here, and I got 14 platforms.
Right.
Everything has a place.
Yeah, sure.
I wish my garage looked this nice, but everything here's got a place and a purpose, and that's not just to keep it nice and neat, but it's functionality and for the integrity of your equipment, and it gives ownership to the kids.
Right. So I'm seeing around the facility, I've seen kids wearing it, but this hashtag WAT, what is that?
We are together, and that actually started about my second year here when I was at Noblesville. Every coach team has different phrases they use, and I was pulling on different ones, and then I was constantly preaching togetherness, and actually started with our girls soccer program, talking to one of the ladies about we are together, and we started breaking down that way, and we had a game that day, a few weeks later, and I looked at her arm, and I'm like, what is on your arm? And it says WAT. Now, this is before the hashtag was invented.
Right, sure.
And so I'm like, what is that? Even though we had talked about it before, she goes, we are together. All the girls started doing it, and they still do it to this day. And then it just spread, and so for us, that's a point of emphasis of who we are, is we are together. And there has to be something powerful within that, and that's that community. I mean, this is our town, and we are together, and if we stick together, you can do amazing things. And we're doing that. And you can see it all the time. You can feel it.
So we're headed off to Carmel High School, right?
And so in Indiana, they don't seed, so everybody gets a fair shake, and they just do like a ball that's pulled up. And so in our sectional is arguably one of the best ones in the state of Indiana, year in, year out. And that's the perk of a 2004, that wipers just go on whenever they got a mind of their own.
This is a typical day. I mean, work all day, 12 plus hours, jump in a car and head to a game somewhere.
Literally jump in a car, get up at 5 in the morning, get the 3 little kids off and running, you get to work, and it's about a 10-hour grind. And like you saw today, we trained up until probably 5 p.m. Go support our Millers.
what separates the good from the bad strength coach?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say not being authentic. You know, we talked yesterday about the Oreo cookie. You know, you got a real one and a generic one, and from a distance you can't tell, so you just take a bite. And if you take a bite of that generic one, you're gonna know right away. The weight room's the best classroom, and there's certain times we want failure for the overload principle.
Right.
So we take that same concept, and this is the thing I do all the time. So I'll use my 2-year-old son. Right here's a safety net. This is Kellen. As parents, teachers, we're classed onto him. Now he goes to kindergarten in a few more years. It starts to drop. Now he goes, you know, later elementary, it starts to drop. Elementary and high school, but the safety net's there. And we want our kids to fail, to try. And our job is to pick them up, dust them off, give them advice, let them have some self-discovery and learn, and keep moving forward. Because as we all know, once you leave high school, it starts to drop further and further in college, and you realize your safety net's your colleagues maybe, but really your friends and family, and sometimes your faith. And that's what you got to put it all into. And then, like I say, you can't be worried about what other people are going to say about you, which is tough, or what they think, because everybody's personal. I think, you know, everybody has an ego, everybody has different things, and you want to be liked. And I remember Steve Whitty, who was a basketball coach at Ben Davis when I was a student teacher, said, "Now, Brian," he goes, "you're doing a great job, but I'm going to tell you the best piece of advice I can give you is if you go into this business wanting to be liked, you're going to epically fail." And he went on and told me some great stories. And I was like, dang, you know, what am I getting myself into? But great advice, great wisdom. That helped me when I first started at Pike and Warren and now here at Noblesville, really understanding the kid and where they're coming from. Because if you don't know what they're dealing with at home or single family homes, and sometimes that young man is a dad to his half brother or sister because mom's not there. Absolutely. And you better understand that when you're trying to motivate them, because they might be like me and you on 4 hours of sleep and trying to feed their younger brother and sister and trying to get money, and they're just not maybe having it from you that day. And they do feel like a grown man. And I had to learn that. I had a kid, I basically said to him at Warren Central, "You're not a grown man." He goes, "Yeah, I am." Well, I didn't know the things. I talked to one of his position coaches. He told me what was going on. Yep, I went back, I gave him a hug, and you know, he was, "Coach, we cool?" You know, that kind of thing. And, but I wish I would have known that. So I've learned to just, you know, like to take the 24-hour rule when you're in an issue. Sometimes for me, it's take the 5-minute rule and call somebody. I put this on Twitter, and you guys saw it yesterday. So right before that last play, whoever's doing the music there played Thunderstruck.
Oh, yeah.
And our kids, because we do that with our, they started going nuts.
So tie it to stay in this game.
Plummer's got the baseline, goes length. Duncan with
left
the
wing
three.
Got it!
Oh my God!
We win, and our coach did a great job in the locker room with the kids about, you have been sacrificing. Rico, you've been coming in doing 2-a-days for 3 months. That's why you put yourself in position. I go, "Coach, that's bullshit." They played Thunderstruck. Everybody rolled out that, and everybody started dying laughing. So, but that goes into culture stuff.
No doubt.
When there's 10 seconds of a song going on in your student section, and our kids and parents recognize what's up, that's cool.
How important is it to your family to you?
It's number one. I mean, that's your why of what you do. You know, when you've got the hard day, it's where you're at. You know, you think about them. You do everything to position yourself for them so they can live a better life maybe than you do.
The job of a strength coach's wife is maybe the hardest job in the world.
She's a badass. You know, I said yesterday to our kids, I mean, 3 kids, 3 natural childbirths, not even a Tylenol. I mean, she rolls. So she's tough. She was an ice skater, is an ice skater, gymnast, cheerleader. She's an athlete. But prior to us getting married, she was a coach. Constant support. You know, the other day I was having a bad day, 2 days ago. And she gave me a simple text that turned my day around. I was like, and it gave me the confidence I needed to go do me. Because in our jobs here, whether you have a program of 20 kids in a class or 115, you got to be a servant leader. They're going to come off you. So you have to have that skill of putting whatever's bothering you behind. It's not easy. There's not a whole lot of downtime, but I love it. So it's not really work. It can be a challenge, but when you enjoy the people you're around, you know, I've really gotten better at not focusing on results, you know, about the process and the character, because I've been blessed to be around 11 high school state championships and 4 runners-up. Awesome. Looking back, yes, those are cool, but it was the people, the process, the adversity we went through that helps you out. And even if you win, like at Warren Central, we won 4 in a row. What's next, 5? You're right. What's next, 6? You're not always going to be there. So it's about how you manage and how you appreciate your time in those moments. That's the most critical component there is.
Man, this has freaking been incredible. What an opportunity. Thanks so much for having us.
Pleasure's all ours, man.
I mean, everything from what the kids are doing to how they're doing it to you as a person, man. Proud to call you a friend, brother.
I appreciate the opportunity to showcase our kids and our communities. Absolutely awesome. You guys are first class, and pleasure's all ours.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks again. Take care.
What an incredible experience. Coach Clarke is the real deal. We got a chance to see phenomenal culture in the weight room. We got to see some athletes that are completely bought into what he's trying to do. Just thank the world of Coach Clarke and his team for having us out and being able to experience part of what he does on a daily basis. When you leave this world, what do you want people to say about you?
The dash.
Yeah,
the dash.
Yeah, yeah.
If he told you he was going to do something, he gave it his best, and was passionate, and cared.
Awesome.
Keep it at that.